I mean, I feel so enveloped in nature spirits of ok-ness. Just the experience over the last 10 days of all of the elements. And, I was in such a beautiful place, which was created about 101 years old by this fabulous doctor who had rheumatoid arthritis. And he went through a therapeutic fasting system for 19 days and was cured by it. And he then, shared it with other people and then opened this amazing place in just about 2.5 hours away from Stuttgart. And it's just overlooking Lake Constance. And it's been going for 101 years. I mean, can you imagine a Germanic way of running a system for 101 years? Like serious effectiveness to their efficiency and efficiency in their effectiveness. And the customer service was out of this world. I was probably the only guest who was working throughout the time that I was there. And there was stuff that I needed to print and scan and all of that. They just did it flawlessly. And I got very present too. So there are two things that happened to me. One is I learned how to swim, and I was able to swim in the middle of the pool, which was like amazing. I didn't need to hold on to the sides. I was able to swim in the middle of the pool. So that was really quite amazing. And I got to learn how to walk in nature, hike in nature. I know for many of you, it's just like, okay, well, so what? For me, it was a big deal to do such long stretches up and down hills and stuff in one go. And the beauty was beautiful. And learning to do it in a Nordic way, which was great with those walking sticks. So really what I got present to in the context of 2021 with what happened, what I got present to is that this time is such an unusual time. We've come out of the slipstreams and we now have some space to prepare ourselves for the big long one from the 21st of September to the 9th of October. So this is a year of us finding our flow. And when we find our flow, magic happens. It unfolds. You know why it unfolds? Because at a cellular level, anything and everything that is made possible by one human is available to us. The instructions for that are coded in the environment. And it is up to us to tune into that and tap into it. I mean, even my swimming instructor was like really flabbergasted that, within I only had like 20 minutes with him. And in that time, I was swimming in the middle of the pool. I mean, I was flabbergasted because I know how terrified I've been of water. And this happened. Well, because I was so intentional that I was going to achieve this milestone when I was there. I didn't push myself. It was ease, joy, and grace. I really found my flow with it. And the vibe obviously was so high at every level that those instructions that were coded, they're coded. And, I know that my holographic presence is quite massive. So at somewhere in my holographic presence, that coding is there. So here's the exciting part of it. If that's the case, the clearer you become about what it is that you want to presence for you as an experience in this lifetime. And, what I would say is you use it as an intention as opposed to being flippant about it. Like Think Positive World, David and Helene, your intention is really clear. So just remove any kinks in that, any little folds or creases that may be there. And just find your flow, not just with the concept of it or with the implementation of it, but with the large scale impact of that vision. So what if you were standing in a world where that's just the norm? Get comfortable with that flow. That's the nuance that I got. That it's one thing having a vision for the world. It's another thing having a vision for the impact unfolding in line with your vision and being at flow with that impact, because it is going to take a serious level of up leveling and presence and expansiveness and remaining anchored to keep your flow. Very easy when we have a big vision like that to get attached to the how of it. And then that actually takes some life force away, because a lot of that life force is given to the attachment. So what if you were able to really find your flow? And in our beyond meditation today, I'm just going to unblock and unravel at a cellular level, anything that may hold you tight to an old way of thinking. You have to make the choice. This is a planet of free choice. So you have to make that choice. And you're going to make the choice because it is the best for you. Not because you should, not because you need to, not because you have to. This time between now and the 21st of September is really saying the truth of what is. Seeing life unfold in your face. And remember, since everything is a vibration, a thought is as real as what you see physically. At a vibrational level, they're both real. So when I say seeing things for what it is, in your face, I'm just inviting you, first of all, to get clear about what is it that you want to see out there in terms of impact. And you can take a small piece. You can zoom in on your family. That's fine. If you already know what you have set out, what I say, what is your gig, then go for the whole thing and be in the middle of that impact. When I did this for myself, expecting and accepting miracles as the norm, humans and humanity really getting that. And I put myself in the center of that. It was not a clearing. It was actually a very busy place with lots of challenges, lots of celebrations, lots of frowns on the forehead situations. But by taking it on, okay, I'm going to find my flow with this. That in my lifetime, humans and humanity expect and accept miracles as their norm. I'm taking that on as my resolve. Applied all of the 7 ways in which we've discussed in the Pearls of Wisdom to that. And I stood in the center of that. I have to say, there were like churning in the stomach, there was this butterfly moments, lots and lots and lots of stuff was there. And my job was to stay there, finding my flow in it. And once the flow came, it's like, as a kid, we used to have this toy called a top, which had a tiny little needle at the base of it, slightly tapered, and you wound it up with a string, and then you released it, and it just went spinning, 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 spinning. I don't know if they make anything like that now, but we used to have it. It used to be very exciting. I was like that, like in like a roomy type dance, swirling in this world where humans and humanity totally got that expecting and accepting miracles are their norm. But I mean, I had the privilege of being in a very special place for 10 days and having these long walks with nature. And it just so happened, It was the time that storks migrated to this particular part of the forest that we went to. And storks are, they denote birthing, birth of a newborn. And I was like, okay, this is good. I like it. And as I did this, lots of forest baths, all sorts of amazing stuff occurred. And I was proactively, every tree I saw, I would just say, envelope me in your ok-ness. I got present to something that many of you who've done my work have heard me say. Look, perfection lies in embracing imperfection. And there were these wild flowers in the meadows. Such a perfect, nobody planted them, but the color sequence was perfect. You wouldn't change a single thing. Wild roses, the fragrance of those was amazing. I got present to the amount of rejuvenation that can be brought about, literally, not necessarily with a click of a finger, but with just some thought of making that happen. There was this area which was supposed to be quite barren at one point. And monks in the Middle ages came in and they created 16 ponds. Now, the function of a pond primarily is to feed the aquifers. And since it is there and it starts to fill and fill and fill, it basically means, wild animals can go get water, use it to drink their waters as well. But the aquifers start filling. I saw that some of those choices and strategies, they come about because a stand is taken for the planet, for the earth. And it begins with that and it ends with the stand. And what unfolds is really a function of our attitude towards that stand. And if you are stationed in what is the innate vibe of being human, which is love, at the amplifying frequency, and we do the human vibe attunement, where that limitless expansiveness that is available to you in your soul presence gets amplified with love. So regeneration is going to occur naturally. Applying all of that to this flowing piece. So we are now getting into fine tuning. If you haven't already found your flow, just find it as soon as you can. So you have enough of a stretch of time to fine tune it. And what I did was, yes, I found my flow and that was great. I chose in the journey of fine tuning, I wanted that flow to be connected to what's my game on the planet? What is going to occur as a result of me being here in this human form? And I decided to find flow with that already occurring in our reality. Not everybody has to go that far. You can begin in little baby steps. And remember, take it as a baby step, no dabbling. When babies take a step, they're not dabbling in walking. It's very intentional. They are taking that step with the intention of learning to walk. So use baby step technology. It really is a technology, by the way. I think I'm going to write a book about the baby steps. So take that. So I'm going to go in and just really, in this journey that we're going to do right now, we're going to just work through at a cellular level anything that may interfere with you so that your cells know what it feels like to really expansively presence yourself in the midst of your vision realized with no encumbrances. So let's begin. Your feet are on the floor. Your hands are dropped on either side. Your palms are facing forward. Your fingers are lightly stretched. Your feet are connecting, they're really going closer to the earth. And as your feet go closer to the earth, The back of your crown starts being pulled up by a hook. Your shoulders drop, your and your shoulder blades go back, come closer together a little. Your chest lifts, your lungs expand, and your breath becomes deeper. Just breathing in and out, you're feeling the breath at the base of your nostrils. And as you're feeling your breath, just notice that smile coming on. And as your smile starts to come on and your lips are turning up into a smiley face, lift your hands and put them on top of your thighs. Your palms are facing upwards. And you're going to take your little finger and the ring finger, or the same fingers on both your hands, and touch your thumb to them. This is the prana mudra. You're actually infusing life force into the envisioning that will take place. Some of you may envision it very consciously. At a cellular level, there is some very rapid envisioning that is being instigated right now. There's some very strong propulsion words that I keep receiving these days, that really propel us forward with what I call as inspired velocity. The base of your spine is connected, middle of your feet are connected, tips of your fingers are connected. We have the cord. The cord has gold, silver, copper, and bronze as an alloy. We have an extra dollop of gold in this. And that's really because, and some colloidal silver that has been added, which was not there in a colloidal form. Take a deep breath in, and as you're breathing out, I want you to touch your chin to the chest. And what I'm doing there is just that place where your head joins the neck. I'm actually putting a cord there. And that cord is taking away any tension or any cloudiness or clogginess that may be held in your brain or your brain lobes. Just taking it out, taking it out, taking it out. Okay, your head feels light. You can lift your head up. Breathe in. The nervous system is getting great nourishment with the gold. Silver is zapping away parasites, bacteria, fungi, any other such life forms that no longer serve you. In doing so, it's creating like a protection layer around your microbiome terrain. So your microbiome is being protected just in case you have to take any pills that might damage the microbiome. There's a very specific protection that is being placed around the microbiome cultures. The minerals are being readjusted, cells are returning to their cellular memory of how to work with these minerals. And bronze, bronze, bronze is in the rhythm of your soul presence. And in doing so, it's weaving in and out of different pockets in your body where your illumination is rampant. That illumination starts to spread. You can rest your back if you need to. And your illumination is spreading. across your entire body. This is your light. As a stardust being, you have your inner light, and that is spreading. When our light spreads and we step into our light in a whole and complete way, it calls for a slightly different composition of minerals. So the copper in your cord is being attuned with that. You may feel a metallic taste in your mouth or a sweet taste in your mouth. That's just the recomposition of the minerals. You may feel like twitching your toes. Go ahead and do that. Keep your little finger and the ring finger touching your thumb. Make sure you feel that touch as well. The other two fingers are just there, open. Just being in this rhythm does something. It really reminds you of what it feels like when a bud opens, a bud of a flower opens. The opening of the bud is the tough one because it's a change of state. Opening is inevitable. That is true of us too. When the opening starts to happen and the calyx that's holding the bud together starts to rip out, the flower enters its flow and it starts to bloom. And it's the journey of blossoming. That's the journey that we are on right now. In this phase of this year, the journey of blossoming. You can feel the depth of your breath. It's quite amazing how much of the upper part of the lungs have opened up for each one of you. We are going to do the alignment breath and we're going to go straight in. This is a cellular level meditation with the intention of removing any blocks, hurdles, or barriers, or any particular unreasonable, insatiable desires to hold on to the past, particularly in the context of old ways of doing things, which could interfere in the flow. You being able to flow and flow as you go on a very consciously aware journey of anchoring your vision. All we are to do is anchor our vision and then give it over to the universe to go forth and multiply. For us, all that remains is to remain anchored, grounded and expanded at the same time. Huge movements of energy are taking place. In case you're drawn to yawn, that's what is happening. Breathe into the count of 9, hold to the count of 4, breathe out to the count of 6. You're going to do that in a moment. I want you to release your fingers, clasp them, touch the forefingers to each other and the thumb to each other like a quadrangle. Drop it in your lap. The thumb are pointing towards your sacral chakra. And your own illumination is using this portal to shine out outside of you. And it's shining out so that it can shine the light on those missing pieces that you are to make whole and complete. For human flow. Breathe to count of 9, hold to the count of 4, breathe out to the count of 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 4, 5, 6. And now just repeat after me. Human vibe attunement, ending forever a deep-seated conflict that we don't even realize is there. A conflict between a soul come together, harmonized as one, infinitely expansive, limitless, indestructible, eternalness. I acknowledge myself as a human. A lot of energy is moving through us, so if you yawn, that's what is happening. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I anchor the human within humanity. I anchor the human within humanity. I anchor the human within humanity. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Take your hands in front of your heart in a namaste, honoring the divinity in you as you honor that in others. You step into reclaiming your dignity and step out as a dignitarian. Rub your hands against each other. The full palm, rub it against each other. Put it over your eyes. Press on your eyes a little. Touch your face softly, gently. Down your neck, down your shoulders, and do an energy sweep. It's a subtle one, but very nuanced. So just allow it to work through. Drink lots of water. For those of you who are waking up early, it would be great for you to have a liter between breakfast and lunch, unless there are some kidney issues or you've been advised against it. For those of you who are in India going to bed, have a couple of glasses before going to bed. Your body will absorb it. And with that, the Beyond meditation is complete. Share your anchoring vibe for the 2024 post-COVID world. Your anchoring vibe for the post-COVID world. Thank you. My voice transfers the energy of rejuvenation. Thank you. And we anchor rejuvenation in the post-COVID world. Profoundly expanded into my brilliance, fabulous, revitalized. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your wonderful insights. We appreciate it so much. Thank you, David and Helene. The joy is even more enhanced when you implement them. And I know you do. You take it on. So that's great. Rejuvenation and regenerative. Absolutely. Lattu, yeah, she's talking about the toy, correct? It's wonderful. What else is there? High vibe, flowing, in flow, absolutely. Such generous expression. Great, thank you. Namaste is a great one to anchor. Feeling so light, wonderful, absolutely beautiful, and so relaxing. Thank you. So much thank yous we are anchoring in the post-COVID world, huh? Can you imagine how wonderful that is? And I receive your thank yous and I just send it back into what we are anchoring as words for the post-COVID world. Deep gratitude. And the consequence of gratitude is peace. Gratitude is the key to peace. So this is so wonderful. Thank you. Lightness beyond. Lots of kisses and a big hug, Gail. Thank you for sharing. Recentered. Absolutely. Thank you all. I will see you on Thursday. Thank you.